We have a lot of wind here today, so rather than deal with wind issues through my audio, I decided to bring this review inside the 2023 Jeep Compass. This is the high altitude trim level of the Jeep Compass. It actually comes in several trim levels: the base level Sport, then you've got the latitude level, the altitude trim, the Trailhawk trim, the red Compass trim, and then the high altitude, which is the top of the line Jeep Compass trim for 2023. This has a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine with twin turbo that produces 200 horsepower. So it's a light body on a very powerful 4-cylinder frame and engine. Really can move, get up and go. Now it's all-wheel drive, so the Jeep is always in control of adjusting your traction levels to make sure that you are driving as safe as possible in whatever weather conditions you may have. So that is very nice. All-wheel drive. You can, in fact, shift to the sand and mud mode or the snow mode depending on your specific needs in the weather that you are driving. Right there on the dashboard. This is the high altitude edition, which includes body colored front and rear fascia. It includes 19-inch aluminum painted wheels. There's also a 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster for the driver, reconfigurable, all kinds of different looks depending on what you want in your instrument panel in the front. There's a 10.1-inch touchscreen display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's Alexa equipped as well, so you can have voice recognition to pick up what you want. There's also an Alpine premium sound system, beautiful sound system, really nice clarity in this Jeep Compass sound system. You got heated and ventilated seats in the front seat with a nice lumbar support. I'm really enjoying the comfort of these front seats. And then you have rain sensing windshield wipers. You've got automatic high beams for your headlights driving at night. The rear seat is very roomy. My grandchildren had no problems with the rear seat roominess. And there's also USB ports for charging your devices in the rear seats. It's a beautiful panoramic sunroof that opens up to give light and air to both the front and the back seat passengers. The buttons are placed quite nicely. They blend in under the screen in front of you, and then down below, the climate control buttons. There's one thing that I have found myself still getting used to is the start-stop button. The on-off button for the engine is hiding behind not only the steering wheel, but the windshield wiper lever back here. I cannot see it. So when I go to turn it off, I'm either searching for it with my hands to find it, or I'm hitting this volume button, on-off button for the sound system. That's a little frustrating sometimes. Perhaps I'll get used to it if I've been driving for a long time, but in this week, I've been having a hard time finding that on-off button. It does have auto start-stop. When you come to a stop, as I'm doing now, the engine then does shut off, which is seamless when it shuts off, but then when it starts up again, I find that to be a little disconcerting, as I do with many vehicles, but it's very easy to turn it off. Right here, there's a button, auto start stop button, that will turn it off, override it. You have to do it every time you get in the car, but then you don't have to worry about that jolting feeling when you're coming to a stop, or perhaps you're pulling into a parking space and it wants to start and stop and everything. Turn it off and you're good to go. So that 4-cylinder twin turbo really increases the fuel mileage for this mid-size SUV. You start out at 24 miles per gallon estimated in the city, 32 miles per gallon estimated on the highway. I've been getting about 25 miles per gallon in my city and highway driving in this Jeep Compass for the week I've had it. Starting price for this Jeep Compass high altitude, the high-end trim level, is $35,495, all told as tested with the package and the options in this vehicle. This totaled out at $42,075 for the Jeep Compass High Altitude Edition. You may not be going off-roading, but you still want that comfort and security of all-time all-wheel drive that can handle any conditions you might find yourself in. You want a Jeep, you want to be able to handle whatever road conditions you may encounter in your daily driving. This Jeep Compass is an SUV with a Jeep attitude. This is a very high-functioning Jeep for urban dwellers. Check it out. Starting price for this. Starting price.